The Road to 1 Million Subscribers, Part 1. First, let's go over what this video and this series is going to be about. This series is going to be essentially what the title says. It's my road to 1 million subscribers. And this is going to be a series where I make videos at regular intervals once I hit certain subscriber milestones or get close to them, and I'll just talk about what I've learned along the way, what my experience is like, and what I plan to do differently over the next couple of weeks to couple of months until I hit that next milestone, all the way up until I hit that final goal of 1 million. Now let's cover the elephant in the room. The 1 million subscribers. I'm currently sitting around 50. So, is 1 million a realistic goal for me? Absolutely not. But then again, our goals and what we're chasing after shouldn't necessarily be realistic, especially the longer term ones. It's realistic for me to want to hit 50 or hit 100, but eventually I want to hit that million, and that's why I'm sitting here making this today. Now, as I said, I'm currently at about 50 subscribers, and I'm about to finish my 4th month here on YouTube. So let's take this opportunity to talk a little bit about what my expectations were like going in, and how reality was very, very different from those expectations. First of all, I didn't expect it to be taking this long, or to even be this much work in general for what I've accomplished. I thought that give it a couple of videos, maybe 10, 15, and I'd be nearing that 100 subscriber mark. I'm currently over 30 videos in the past 4 months, and I still sit just a little bit below 50. It was kind of a big shock to me how much effort you actually need to put in to start gaining traction and gaining popularity on YouTube. And for those 50 who have subscribed, I'm very thankful, because now I realize just how difficult it is. I also just talked about how much work this is. I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought that I'd be able to just sit down and talk to a camera and be set to go, but there's a lot that goes into these videos. I need to schedule the time to record, sit down, actually record it, and I need to write out scripts, figure out what I'm going to put into the video and what might be interesting for you guys to watch. There's a lot more that goes into this than I initially thought, and that's all just on the beginning end. Once I finish that up, I need to go in and edit the video, find music and a ton of images that can go into the video and make it look more appealing. So there's a lot more steps in the process than I had initially thought. It's not just sitting down, turning on a camera, and going. There's a lot that goes into it. Another thing that I had drastically different expectations for was my view count. I honestly didn't expect the view numbers to be so low when I was just starting out. I thought that videos would gain traction and eventually start to blow up a little bit more than they have. I come from making Twitter magic videos. That's what my initial background is in. And simple videos that I shot on my phone, some of them have broken 20,000 or 50,000 views in their lifetime. And that was without me putting all of my focus and attention into it like I'm doing with YouTube. YouTube, currently, my most viewed video is a short that has 2,500 views. So it is drastically different. You need to actually put a lot more into a particular video to get those views here on YouTube. So that's the other main expectation that I had that got completely shattered over these past 4 months. But now let's get into kind of what I've learned about YouTube, about content creation, and about how to just do this stuff in general. Now, the first thing that I really picked up on is that viewers don't like sitting through an intro. Not necessarily someone introducing the video, but an intro like video reel. Mine was only about 3 to 5 seconds, and even still I noticed people were clicking off in the middle of it just because they weren't already attached to the content. So I ended up cutting it out, and my video started doing a little bit better. Not much, considering I'm still relatively new here, but still quite a bit better than they were doing before. For those of you who are wondering, this is what the intro looked like. Now, the next big thing that I picked up on is the power of YouTube Shorts. I have gained the majority of my subscribers from Shorts, and that's also where the majority of my views and my watch time comes in. And that's because YouTube does a good job of pushing out even newer creators on that. But the drawback that I've realized is that not a lot of people stick around for this actual longer form content, which is what I want to do in the long term. I'll still keep making shorts because they do so well helping out the channel, but a lot of the people that watch those shorts don't necessarily click on my other videos like this one. So if you're one of the rare people that watches both, I really do appreciate you. Those are some of the bigger things that I figured out when it comes to YouTube itself, that and the fact that you need to create kind of a niche, which is something that I'll get into later on in the video because that's one of the next steps that I plan on taking. But there's also a ton of more technical stuff that I figured out how to do and learned how to do along the way. Some of those being Photoshop and using Premiere to edit videos. Both of those took quite a bit of time for me to figure out, but now I can actually make somewhat decent thumbnails in Photoshop, and I like to think that my skills in editing videos in Premiere is coming along, even though it's still very, very basic, but I'm trying to learn. When I first made my first 5 videos, I edited them all on my iPhone in iMovie, so this step has been better than nothing, I guess. Now let's go over some of the things that I tried and some of the things that I did over these past 4 months to see how they impacted my YouTube channel and the growth on it. One of the first things that I did was started making different types of content to see how people viewed them. With a lot of my shorts, some of them are magic videos, some of them are comedy, and some of them are more psychology and self-help. It seems that all of them do well in their own way, but it doesn't look like there's very much crossover between the people that watch for, say, a magic video versus the people who watch for a psychology video, and that's kind of to be expected. Another type of video that I tried traveling across the country and drove 6,000 miles in a week on a road trip looking at law schools, and I honestly thought that that would be a video that a lot of people would watch and enjoy because so much time and effort went into it, and it's, at least in my opinion, a really cool concept. But it didn't do very well. It did about average on my channel, and that's pretty poor considering that it's only about 15 views. So I realized that not everything I do everybody is going to want to watch. So I need to make sure that I'm catering to a specific audience from now on. That's one of the things that they always talk about in those online YouTube tutorials and everything. Find your niche. Find where you fit in and find what you can provide. One of the mistakes I've been making is I haven't been sitting in a particular niche. I've been making just whatever I feel like, and sometimes that's comedy, sometimes other forms of entertainment, and sometimes it's educational stuff. Those don't cross over very much, besides the interest that I have in them. So people that subscribe for one thing might not want to watch the other. So I need to buckle down and figure out what my actual niche is going to be and what I'm going to provide to YouTube and the community as a whole. And that's the next step that I plan on taking over these next couple of months until I hit my next milestone, which you can probably guess is going to be 100 subscribers. I'm going to try and narrow down what I actually want to make in terms of content and see where it goes from there. If any of you have any suggestions for the type of content that you want to see me make, please let me know down in the comments and I will take it into account, because I am open to pivoting in any direction. Like, I'll make any type of videos that I've made in the past, or if there's something new that you guys want to see, just let me know and I'll try my best to make it happen. Now, if you're still here, that means that you probably enjoyed this video or forgot about it in the background somewhere. But if you did enjoy this video or enjoy my other content, or even just want to help me along the road to hitting 1 million subscribers, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things really do help me out in the algorithm, and they will help me reach the final goal of 1 million subscribers. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.